All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Q&A live stream. It's 8:01 right here on the East Coast in New Jersey, and today is Saturday, May 6th of 2023. So we're once again doing a live stream. I am in much better, much better stance than yesterday. Actually, just eating a peanut butter cookie as we speak here on the live stream. So yeah, a lot has been happening these past couple of days. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, obviously, and we're going to give people a few minutes to join, and then we will start with our discussion because there is a lot to discuss in regards to retail. So save, okay. I'm actually having a peanut butter cookie here. It's pretty good. Peanut buttery, that's for sure. Okay. Hi, closed. How are you? Yes, the jingles. The jingle from 1993. I wasn't around, sadly. Spend the weekend in the city. The jingle was, oh gosh, I probably should really drink some water after that cookie. It went a little something like this: "Welcome to Circuit City, where service is state of the art." And it was almost like the Circuit City. Here, I'll resemble it. The entrance of a typical Circuit City. It was kind of this plug that was going in like this was. It was almost a plug like this, but like the color red, and then it would plug in, and that would be like the entrance of Circuit City. Like it was so cool what they did with that store back in the '70s and the '80s and the '90s. Just a bygone era. Um, Unfortunately. Oh, you just clocked out. That's nice. Those shifts at Walmart. I hear Walmart pays pretty good, so that's good. Hi, Brandon Smith. How are you? Yeah, I didn't have a Circuit. I was more of a Best Buy kind of person, but I've heard many good things about Circuit City. Although I know why they decided to take appliances out the store, which is funny. Yeah, the thing with Circuit City is they made a lot of stupid decisions. I think them pushing out appliances definitely did not help because it literally cost them the same amount that they were making sales with appliances. That makes sense. Let's push appliances outside the store and let's renovate the stores with the same amount of money. So it's like they took a loss. Not thinking. Not thinking, that's for sure. Oh, good. Yeah, they have a lot of good. I don't know if you're looking. You're probably looking for something hourly. But there are definitely some good jobs out there. There's produce clerk. There's cashier. Um, Food service. I know Chick-fil-A is a very good company to work for. But there's a lot of good choices out there. Oh boy. I'm into it. Okay. Apologize. I was just finishing up that peanut butter cookie. It's really good. Yes, we know Bed Bath and Beyond is closing all their stores, and so is Tuesday Morning. Yeah, there have been a lot of crimes recently in the news about Roosevelt Fields. I think there was someone with a handgun inside Nordstrom, several fights. I have a feeling that Roosevelt Field is probably going to be the next mall to implement a curfew policy, and they need it badly. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, sorry. I couldn't do this stream yesterday because I had a very long exam and like not even I didn't even make it to 30 minutes. I was that tired from the exam. But I'm happy to now be a little bit more, not so focused where my brain hurts, so I can finally do one of these things. And I apologize; it's just been a long time coming. No, Nordstrom is not leaving Roosevelt Field. They had an incident inside the Nordstroms. Plus, they just modernized the elevator, so no, they're not closing that store. Yeah, well, what I'm sorry, what Brookfield is good at with Willowbrook is they're diversifying, meaning that it's a mix. So they have some good trendy stores for younger people, other entertainment options, but in addition, a more traditional kind of mix of like Macy's and Bloomingdale. So in a way, it works for the property. I'm not saying it's my favorite mall. I don't like have a love affair with Willowbrook, but it's not a bad mall. I'm not saying it's an awful mall. It could be much worse, but it's not the mall at Short Hills. Despite the fact that it has Bloomingdale's, it's still not the mall at Short Hills. And you guys know I love the mall at Short Hills. It is my favorite mall in the state of New Jersey. The lineup of elevators, the stores, the freaking architecture when Taubman Centers did it in the 80s. I mean, there's just nothing to not like about the mall at Short Hills. And that's why I love it so much. Despite the fact it's a 45-minute drive, I would still go out of my way to I would still go out of my way to that mall. Good evening, yes. Oh, okay. No, no, two totally different topics. Macy's modernized it because they ran out of parts, and Nordstrom just finished the mod. But yeah, Schindler's finally doing Roosevelt Field. It's about time. They really should do Garden State Plaza at the same time. Keeps your tradition. But I guess they're going to keep doing that thing because Westinghouse became Schindler, so they're going to keep that thing running until they run out of parts. Um, Yeah, but also Primus Park doesn't have a lot of traffic and it's far enough away. So they're not going to implement a curfew policy there unless the crowds, but I think most of the crowds are probably going to go to like Willowbrook and American Dream. Yeah, and then honestly they needed to do that curfew policy. I saw the TikTok that was posted earlier this year with all the crazy fights. They had to do something. I mean, I agree 100% with the curfew. It's not fair to the people that are, over 18 or over 21 that want to go window shopping at the stores. They want to go eat at a restaurant or they want to go see a movie. It's just not fair to them with all these rowdy teens around and, disrupting the business of the center. So. But yeah, Piranha Spark. I mean, there's not a lot to do at Piranha Spark other than Stu Leonard's and the Macy's, of course. That made that A&S, man. A&S did that store so freaking nicely. It is literally one of my favorite department stores, three-story department stores in the Northeast. Well, I mean, probably second favorite after Nordstrom and Paramus. Um, so, but yeah, in terms of that Macy's, yeah, Abraham and Strauss knew how to build department stores in the 70s, and they went all out on that location. So well, Macy's has a contract with Schindler. It doesn't matter that other stores have Schindler. If a particular store has an elevator contract with an elevator company, then that's the elevator company they're going to use to modernize it. It doesn't matter if that has nothing to do with it. It's whoever the company contracts out with. Macy's is with Schindler. Nordstrom, I think, is Kone. J.C. Penney, Kone. Sears, that's not even relevant because look at their store count. But they don't exactly, um, it really depends who the contractor is. I think it's good, and I think IKEA is seizing on the opportunity of Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm hoping we get some more stores in Jersey because right now we just have Paramus, so I'm hoping that they try and do something else. I mean, I still want to get to Elizabeth at some point, but that one's a POAS to get to. It's a pain in the ass because it's all the way near like Newark Airport. But I do want to try and get down there at some point. Yeah, oh, I 100% agree. Roosevelt Field 100% needs a curfew. With all the fights that happen in the food court, they need to Simon needs to start taking notes from Westfield and start implementing a curfew policy. Mm, hmm. Apparently, I just was informed that there was a shooting at a mall in Texas. Take a look at this real quick. Oh, Outland Premium Outlets, a Simon Property Group property. Multiple people shot. Wow, 60 minutes ago. Wow, that's insane. Huh, interesting. Sad though. And that's a Simon Mall too, because that's their Premium Outlets brand. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, let's get back to the questions here. So, in terms of IKEA, yeah, I wish it wasn't a pain. What change are we likely to lose this year? We already lost Harmon. We're losing Bed Bath and Beyond and Bye Bye Baby Tuesday morning. What's another chain? David's Bridal's a 50-50 and Christmas Tree Shops is a 50-50. Yes, the Stu Leonard's at Paramus Park does have a mall entrance. Because yeah, I'm not surprised. Wholesale clubs don't really like to be associated with shopping malls, so I get it. Yeah, Boscov's they will definitely keep because they're very committed to all their locations. They're not corporate owned like a J.C. Penney or Macy's for that instance. And I'm hearing another one's supposed to be closing, but I have to get a little bit more of some confirmation on that. I don't want to put anything out until we've got some official final confirmation. Hi, Ultra Eric, how are you? Yeah, but it's not closing yet. It hasn't been put on a list yet, so I can't speak on that. I speak on behalf of that store. So I want to check something here. Hold for a second. What the hell? You know what's a mall I haven't been to? Palisades Center in a very long time. I have not been there in a very long time. I got to make a trip up there. So, well, the Stu Leonard's in Paramus has got controlled with traffic, but yeah, that's going to be an interesting Stu Leonard's, the one in Clifton. They were in tough talks in like 20, what the heck was it, 2021? Because they really want to expand. Um, and I mean, I think Clifton is a good location for them. I mean, it's right off of Route 3. It's an ideal, uh, it's an ideal place for them to be, and it's a big enough store for them too. So I don't know what people are complaining about. And the other thing too is that they could also even buy out Michaels if they really wanted to, because there's already two Michaels stores in Clifton. They buy that out for themselves, and Michaels just focuses on the other Clifton store. So you sent me a photo? No, I did not, but I'll check right now. I haven't checked my mail all day. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Well, it needed it. It's gonna be an interesting mod though when it's done. That thing is gonna get abused too, especially during as it gets closer to the holidays. No, I just saw the photo now. Thanks for sending it. But yeah, I'm not surprised. That thing was falling apart. I'll have to, you know what? I'll have to. I'm actually gonna have to check. Yeah, wow. Thank God I went to Roosevelt Field then. I'll have to put final ride. Thanks for letting me know, Ultra Eric. I'm about to change the title right now to that. Put final ride in front of it. Roosevelt Field. I wonder if they're gonna do the escalators too. They kind of like to do a 2 for 1. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to stick final ride in front of it. Final ride. That thing had a long run though. 56 to 2023. That's a pretty decent run for an elevator. And not only that, for a is yeah, they definitely needed it. Yeah, I heard it was that one in Exton Square. Hi, I love elevators. No. Yes, it is getting modernized. I can confirm that. I actually just got a photo that Ultra Eric sent to me. I can confirm it is getting modernized. They needed to, honestly. That thing was starting to fall apart, and it's about time Macy's. Yeah, see, like Macy's will upgrade an A store like that, but a store like Brunswick Square or Woodbridge, they're not going to do much with. But yeah, I'm actually glad it is getting modernized. That thing needed I'm so glad they're going to do it. But they're probably going to do the chief speaker one they did for Macy's in Short Hills. But good. I'm glad that Schindler's going in there and modernizing it. It's definitely needed for sure. Yeah, apparently that one and Bayshore are doing very well, it seems. They were almost going to close Bayshore, but then they swapped it for one of the stores in New York City. Um, who modernized Oak Brook Center? Ooh, Mitsubishi. Still want to play somebody else's video. Um,
You know what this means? Yep, that's right.
huh, interesting.
What was the name? Is that Nordstrom or Oakbrook?
Let me see here.
Skin never.
It's probably. They're here. I'm hearing they're going to say it's Mitsubishi, but we shall see. Brooks Brothers going back. Oh, they must have closed. Or they're closing Marlton probably. Yeah, they're probably going to go out of Marlton. That is an interesting choice. Okay, looks like it's going to be in the Macy's wing, so that means it's going to be a one-floor store. I have not been to Cherry Hill, but I do want to get there at some point. Yes, it is correct. Yes, exactly like Queens Center. Yep, which is directly through Hilco Merchants, because Hilco used those same signs in Lord and Taylor. Yeah, so the Macy's Woodbridge probably isn't closing. Yeah, I was happy with the Conants. They did a very nice job. I mean, I have no desire to go back out there anytime soon, but if I do ever make it back out there, that'll be one of my stops to go back to Roosevelt Field, unless there's a crazy closing like this that gets announced this week. But with the way things are going, I don't think we'll be seeing anything else closing anytime soon. So my favorite restaurant in New Jersey, I don't know. There's not like a good New Jersey restaurant. I mean, I guess because New Jersey's the diner capital of the world, so that we don't really have a restaurant chain that's like known in the state. We're more of the diner state because New Jersey's known as a state with a lot of diners. But I don't have a favorite. That is a very good question, though. Yeah, and unfortunately it would, because if they put a curfew in, it means they're gonna have something like they don't want kids under 18 after 5 o'clock or have to be joined by a chaperone following it. So yeah, it probably would affect you. But they need a curfew. I mean, with the fights that are going on in that mall, they need Simon needs to take some notes from Westfield and seriously consider a curfew policy. But I agree 100%. The mall needed to implement it. I mean, they were doing the same fights. Too many TikTok trends and social media, and too many people just fighting there and just not spending money in the property. And that's yeah, the business might be down 10 or 20%, but then you have the older crowd that comes and they don't feel like overwhelmed by the mall. So, hi, chef. Yep, Hilco is also doing Nordstrom Canada and Nordstrom Rack Canada as well. And they're actually wrapping up liquidation sales. Rack is wrapping up liquidation sales pretty soon, and I think Nordstrom's will follow suit. I don't know. Yes, New Jersey diners are the best. I agree. Yeah, they are bankrupt right now. They're supposed to be closing about 10 underperforming ones, and I think they're just going to be in strip malls where they're the only store. Oh, that's nice. That was very nice of Hilco. Yes, they all work together in coordination. They were so excited about the Bed Bath and Beyond announcement. We know that. Discount stuff's at a huge bargain. I went to go say this, but I would like to go back and look around, see how the policy is working. I mean, clearly it's working. I haven't heard any incidences, which is a good thing. Yes, TJ Maxx is the sole remaining building occupying the B. Altman and Company building. That is correct. So I don't know if TJ Maxx is either going to A, stay in there, or B, they're going to move across the highway. And they could very well redevelop that whole building, honestly. Which honestly, it would make in terms of like having it in the same area, it honestly might make a hell of a lot more sense if TJ Maxx actually moves across the street. Because that store has been in that spot since 1995. It was actually one of the first TJ Maxx stores in New Jersey. Like that's how old that store is. I mean, it has been there for a long time. Like before my local ones like Sea Caucus popped up or Saddlebrook or Lyndhurst. I mean, that store's been there for a very long time. So I think what would be the strategic and smart decision is TJ Maxx leaves the B. Altman and Company building altogether and they move across the highway next to the next to the what's it called? Next to the Models, and the Home Goods and the TJ Maxx share the same building. Because think about it, you have the existing infrastructure there. Why do you have two stores across the street on the highway? Let's put them closer together. And Modell's closed, and TJ Maxx could very easily fill up the store. They could redo the front facing facade of the store. It just makes a hell of a lot more sense. Double the capacity. You make it a very big store. And then you take the B. Altman and Company building, which was a former department store, and you throw a couple of medical offices in there. Maybe they do something with Valley Health, and trust me, Valley Health is literally around the corner. So all they have to do is do that, and then they don't have to worry about, like, that's how quick a vacancy can be filled. But the question comes down to, is that what they really want to do? Or the other choice is the Home Goods closes there and they do a whole TJX complex, Home Goods on the first level, TJ Maxx on the second level, and then you throw in a Sierra Trading Post on the third level. So there's a lot of ways. I mean, it really comes down to two decisions. Do you make the building an entire flagship TJX complex of Paramus, or does TJ Maxx move out of there and across the street next to Home Goods in the former Models? There's a lot of decisions that TJX Companies is going to be faced with, because now TJX Companies is going to be the only tenant within the whole B. Altman and Company building. So I think it's either going to be one of two things. They either do a whole TJX complex flagship in Paramus, which would be smart for them, or TJ Maxx moves out of the building, they move across the street, and the building becomes medical offices. There's a lot of ways it could go down. Well, Gorman Brothers has a joint venture with Hilco. Yeah, I heard about that. Burger King closing 400 locations. I can't wait to see the list. Well, the problem is a lot of teens, usually the teens, the teens, when they get older, when they get 13, they don't want to be hanging around their parents, right? So they want to go to the mall. They want to, take their, ask for money, go buy something at the food court, walk around the mall, maybe do a little bit of window shopping, maybe, look at shirts that they might want. But the bigger problem with that is teens get rowdy, and teens, they do viral stuff on TikTok. I don't even understand TikTok. I mean, if you ask me questions about TikTok, you're barking up the wrong tree. But in terms of that, it is not good. And it, does not bring enough business to the mall, because the teens are rowdy, and then security has to break up the crowds, and the police have to get involved, people have to get arrested. It's a whole thing of paperwork. But that's not what's in a teenager's brain. They're just thinking, oh, the mall, stores, food. There's a bigger picture, and unfortunately a lot of teenagers understand. And I was in their shoes once. I'm not going to say I was there, but I mean, I didn't get into fights or anything. So, but yeah, that pretty much explains that comment. I think so. Because think about it. When Insider put out that article, not only did they say Jersey City, but they also said Orlando, Florida. So something tells me that I think Primark signed something with Transform Co., gave Eddie Lampert a hell of a lot of cash, and they're going to close that one, and then they're going to close Orlando, because Primark is going to take over both of those stores. So I'm thinking that they're just doing some final things with paperwork, and then they're going to they're going to use their phone, and they're going to call SB360 to do both Orlando and Jersey City. They're just in the final phases of that. Really? Well, we all know what Gorman Brothers leads back to. More for Hilco. I mean, the people at Hilco they must be so freaking doing well right now, because think about it. They're liquidating Nordstrom Rack and Nordstrom Canada, and they're going to do the Nordstrom probably at San Francisco Center, Bed Bath & Beyond, Bye Bye Baby, Tuesday Morning, and they're going to get David's Bridal. Man, whoever is a shareholder of Hilco, I mean, I'm almost thinking about buying stocks with Hilco, because, man, talk about a successful company right now. I'm conducting liquidation sales. I might actually have to consider that after looking and seeing all the things that are there. I've been to Great Adventure. Yeah, it's not the cleanest park. I like Hershey Park a lot better. Six Flags is not exactly the cleanest park out there, at least the Great Adventure one. I've never had a good experience there. Well, Christmas Tree, they're going to reorganize. They're supposed to be reorganizing and they're going to exit bankruptcy. They're closing 10 underperforming stores. Yeah, I think they're going to do. I hope Simon takes some notes from Westfield Garden State Plaza. That's my hope. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I filmed about 4 Harmons, believe it or not. Paramus, Clifton, Hackensack, and Carlstadt. I filmed about 4 of them. I'm sure Make Eric will do the same thing. Yeah, because they they understand that people matter, and you're not just a number on a piece of paper. I mean, I think it's genius because you put all 3 stores in one building and you get people going there for all reasons. They redo the whole elevator system, and TJX just buys the whole building. Because think about it. Could you imagine having an entire TJX complex there? And in a town like Paramus with a good company like them, the parking lot would be killing it. They'd have to, do some accessibility upgrades, but TJX has that kind of money. Like it would be a crazy idea, but it would work because people go shopping in Paramus. And not only that, but because it's a TJX complex, people are willing to drive up 17 and they're willing to stop in that whole TJX complex. You have the regular store, you have a home goods store, and you have an outdoor store all within the same roof. I mean, it's genius. It is absolutely genius. But I don't know. That might not happen, which is interesting. I thought it was Bergen Town Center, but you know what? Best Buy probably benefits from those towns in like Ridgewood, Upper Saddle River, or Saddle River, or Ramsey. So I think that's how that Best Buy benefits. I don't know about that and what's replacing that. Nope, just Friendly Center, which is supposed to be closing by the end of this month. Definitely stealing stores. Definitely not elevator photography. Well, Gorban Brothers works in a joint venture with Hilco. It's not two different companies. It's two companies working together in a joint venture to liquidate the stores. There's not much else to say other than that. But there are people that unfortunately take fights, that do fights at malls, unfortunately. I agree 100%. I mean, I'm not a big burger person, but I love Wendy's and I love their Frosties. Yeah, it is honestly better than Burger King, even though Burger King has the Impossible Whopper, so I can only speak on behalf of that place. But in terms of quality, oh yeah, Wendy's takes the cake. Just better marketing, cleaner restaurants. I've always had a better and cleaner experience there. No, I don't think so. I don't think Nordstrom is going to go under. Trust me, they have a huge following. The only reason the San Francisco Center is closing is because of the changing geographic area. I have to close my window, believe it or not. It's getting a lot. It's getting a lot darker now. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this because it is now getting darker out. So, okay. Oh yeah, 100%. They're killing it. Oh, hmm. Interesting. Okay, so then probably just Sears then in Jersey City. Well, depending on the company's bankruptcy moves, that move might be canceled. I don't think no. Boscov's is committed to Monmouth Mall. They're not moving a freehold unless the mall owners buy them out, which that has happened before. Yeah, I love Hershey Park. Yeah, Thigh Crush. Yes, it was. I walked through it in 2015, and yeah, that place was a dump. It was a dump, and it needed to close. Hudson's Bay couldn't close it quick enough, but I do remember going in there in 2015. It was a fucking dump. You know what I haven't played in a long time? Video games. And I know it's weird I'm bringing it up. Man, I completed my, college stuff last Friday, so I want to definitely start playing video games again. But with school, I just don't have time. It's very time consuming too. But getting back to Saks, yeah, Saks is a complete dump. But I'm still pissed off that Hudson's Bay pulled a fast one with Short Hills. You don't just do that in favor of American Dream. Hackensack, I get it was a dump and it needed to fucking close. That was an awful Saks Fifth Avenue store and should have closed many years ago. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it depends. No, they won't. Burlington is competitive, and I don't think TJX would buy out Burlington. Trust me. You need competition in the off-price retail market. You don't want to buy out Burlington or Ross. That just wouldn't help them. Yeah, the general public complains about Skyrush. The problem is, so it's a state by state issue. But what I've exhibited in several different videos I've seen people that just walk into Walgreens. This isn't even like department stores. Let's talk about like basic pharmacy stores. I mean, people just walk in with their I'm sure you guys have seen videos where people just go in with their bags. Here I'll it's hard for me to explain. It's better if I show it. Okay. Okay. So this was not what I was looking for. What the heck is it? This is not what I was looking for. This is not what I was looking for. I'm actually mad right now. Okay. Let me see if I can find something. Trying to figure out what the heck can I find in order to show you guys what I was going to talk about. I cannot freaking believe this right now. This is. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's say this is an LG bag, right? This is a bag. So typically you see people going in to, oh my gosh, I have to freaking position this. I apologize. So let's say this is a bag, right? So people are going into stores and they're grabbing stuff they see on the shelves, putting it in the bag, putting it in the bag. And all of a sudden they're starting to walk funny and they run out of the store. And guess what? If it's a state by state issue, they cannot do anything about it because the state prohibits them from prosecuting the criminals that just take whatever they want off the shelves. And honestly, it's not okay. Anything that you buy at a store, you should pay for. You should 100% pay for that item. I don't care if you can't afford it, then don't buy it. But look at the people's lives that you're affecting. I mean, let's look no further than we've had almost 25 Walmart store closures this year, and Walmart is a profitable retailer. I mean, it's crazy. It's going to replace Lord and Taylor and Sears stores. I don't know. It really varies on each of the properties. Interesting. I thank you for sharing. I'm not surprised. They definitely need more storage places. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think because the Century 21 elevator was there, so that's why and then they just installed it. Yeah, Candymonium is the better one, I agree. Primark is going in the former Sears at Woodfield Mall. Well, they're just gonna close that store altogether. Saks Fifth Avenue closed at Walt Whitman Shops? This is news to me. Or is it going out of business? No, it's still open. Is it closing? I don't know about Destiny USA. No, because Walmart can liquidate their own stores. Did the power go out, or are they closing the store altogether and moving to Roosevelt Field? Because that would not surprise me if that's the case. If Saks Fifth Avenue is legit going out of business at Walt Whitman Shops, I may have to reconsider a trip out to Long Island, and that's a pain in the ass. I don't mind doing it. It's just I have to get some confirmation that it's closing. I don't know how that's going to happen because Uniqlo will do that and then they'll fail again. Yeah, but they're not going to hire Gorman Brothers. They're going to get their own type of people. No, Walmart will not go under. Yep. There was another one out in the Hamptons. It was the Hamptons, Walt Whitman, and then the freestanding one in Garden City. Yeah, but then they got rid of the outlets there because you had Bergen Town Center and the Mills at Jersey Gardens. Yeah, because women think they think because they're women they can play the women card. Well, guess what? You stole, lady. You can't steal. My favorite store closing signs. This is a really weird question. I like the ones from Hilco because of the design. Yep, Disney Outlet is still open in Elizabeth, believe it or not. No, I mean it really depends on the store. Yeah, Walmart won't die. Oh, are you talking about Saks off Fifth? Because you said Saks Fifth Avenue, Scott, is closing at Walmart. Are you talking about Saks off Fifth? 'Cause that one might be closing at what the heck is the name of it? The Gallery Westbury Plaza. That one might be closing. Well, I don't think Saks Walt Women is closing. Unless there was some crazy article that was dropped about Saks. Yeah, well, they should cooperate. There's American Dream, there's Willowbrook, there's the Mall at Short Hills, there's Bridgewater, there's Brunswick Square, Woodbridge Center, Menlo Park, the Mills at Jersey Gardens, there's Monmouth Mall, Hamilton Mall, Quaker Bridge Mall, Freehold Raceway Mall, Ocean County Mall, Hamilton Mall, Cherry Hill Mall, Moorestown Mall, Voorhees Town Center, Deptford Mall. There's a lot of good ones in the state. Yeah, I don't think Saks Walt Whitman is closing, unless there's a link to it closing. But I think they just redid the cab for that one, and I know who would know best about that. Or maybe you're thinking of the two hats stolen from Saks at Walt Whitman. Yes, they did. Yeah, H. Craig made the mistake of overexpanding. Green Acres now. Let me see. That could have also been an error on Simon's part. Now it's showing Saks Fifth Avenue on my end. I think the Brooks Brothers relocated though. Yeah, I'm still seeing Saks on my end here. I don't think that's going anywhere. Interesting. So, yes, it is a very unusual hobby. Yes, SimonWell.com. Yeah, it's not closing. So, yes, those are my favorite ones. I can't believe I have a favorite going out of business sign. So, I think so, yeah. Yeah, but they just filed for bankruptcy and they're reorganizing. So, but all right, I think we're gonna actually wrap it up in about 10 minutes here because I am actually pretty tired. I actually just ended up mowing a lot of lawns today, and I actually took a walk about an hour ago. So we're gonna go for another 10 minutes here, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the night because I want to have a little bit of downtime. And honestly, I'm probably going to bed after this. Yeah, I think Sachs is still there at Whitman. I have no idea. Yes, but it's one that requires a key. They ran out of parts to replace them. I mean, I guess you can go back if you have a car. I think I read something on Laos.com about something. We said something about a California situation. I'm gonna take a look at this, see if there was some more replies. Oh no, they removed it. Never mind. They had a thread about it, but I guess they took it down. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with those two properties, but yeah. So I think, guys, we're actually going to close it. I actually am tired, and I want some. I had a long day. Unfortunately, I had to mow lawns, like I was saying before, and I want some downtime. Was Riverside? Yeah, they were supposed to extend it to a second level, but then they ran out of money because of the recession. And that is the last question I'll be answering for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, that's it. Take care.